welcome to Agenda Geopolitique. Welcome to all those people who are keen in getting more knowledge about geopolitics. So I would like to bring you tonight more information about the latest development in Afghanistan due to the fact that yesterday, on 1st of May, marked the beginning of the gradual withdrawal of the US troops, still based in Afghanistan. So currently there are around 2,500 US troops in Afghanistan. That's much lower than what it used to be over the last years. We reached sometimes a much higher number. So some troops were already withdrawn over the last years, but now what you have to bear in mind is that this gradual withdrawal, which started yesterday, 1st of May, will end on 11th of September 2021, so meaning within 4 months now. So it means within 4 months, no US troops should be present in Afghanistan. So we will try to, in this video, to try to analyze what consequence will entail this withdrawal, what scenario could face Afghanistan. So we will try to answer to those questions in this video. So yesterday, as I said, on 1st of May, we mark the first day of the US withdrawal of their troops and materials. But also, you have also to know that originally it was supposed to be the date of the full withdrawal of the US troops. And due to the fact that in the agreement between the US administration and the Taliban representative, which was signed on 29th of February 2020 in Doha, capital of Qatar, where Taliban do have a political representation in Qatar, the US government committed to withdraw on 1st of May. So today we heard some Taliban representatives saying that US violated the terms of the agreement that they signed because they were supposed to leave on 1st of May. But due to the fact that we change of administration of government in the United States, the new rulers, if I can say like that, in the United States decided to extend from 4 months, 4 additional months, the full withdrawal of the US troops, due to the fact that the time, the deadline was too tight to be, made, and they preferred, to postpone 4 months due to the fact that also there is a surge of violence on the scene, and that's, according to American, if it's not technically, a breach of the agreement, due to the fact that the agreement between US and the Taliban just stipulated that Taliban should not attack foreign troops. So this provision has been perfectly complied by the Taliban, which did not attack any foreign troop since this agreement has been signed. But there are still attacks on the ground by Taliban against Afghan troops and against civilians, which was not stipulated in the agreement. But the agreement stipulated that Taliban should, enter into talks with the Afghan government, which was not the case previously, due to the fact that Taliban so far has not recognized the Afghan government, which has called him the Kabul administration. But they decided, based on the agreement, they entered into negotiation in September last year in Doha. Unfortunately, those talks did not bear any fruit. They on the opposite side, they brought more violence on the ground, because Taliban understand that with the gradual withdrawal and the full withdrawal next September from US troops, they understand that now they can fight directly the Afghan government without any US intervention. So it means that now they will be able to show to show to the rest of the world that the military that they have a military advantage compared to the Afghan government, and they want really to show that the showdown is in their favor. So now the Afghan government and more generally the majority of the Afghan population is in fear of that the Taliban will return in power, because I mean the specter, the prospect of the 1996 event when Taliban seized power in Kabul could emerge again due to this possible withdrawal in September. So many analysts think that the Afghan troops, the Afghan army is too weak to confront Taliban, and if there is no foreign troop in Afghanistan, clearly Taliban will return in power, and many Afghans do understand it. So this withdrawal clearly exacerbates fears among the Afghan population. So also there are also fears not only in the Afghan population but also among the US troops, because when you withdraw from a place, you are in a weaker position due to the fact that you could be attacked by the enemy. So many people, many analysts are also afraid of any attacks from the Taliban side during this withdrawal, to show, let's say, to humiliate the American troops during their withdrawal. So far, it has not been attacked, but the fact that the agreement between the U.S. administration and Taliban stipulated a full withdrawal by 1st of May, and this did not occur, so many people fear that this breach of the agreement could lead the Taliban to attack US troops due to the fact that they were supposed to leave Afghanistan by yesterday, on 1st of May 2021. So it did not happen. So now many raise the question, will US troops will be a target of the Taliban? We cannot answer yes or no. It's still unclear, but it's possible that now Taliban could attack US troops. But also it's possible that they could not attack US troops due to the fact that we see kind of pragmatism also again Taliban. They understand that it seems now, let's say, they start withdrawing, so they would like not to also to deter the US administration from withdrawing. So probably they could also not attack, but it remains to be seen whether the US troop will be attacked. But the chief army of the US army said clearly that there will be retaliation, and he made very clear remarks whether there will be any attack on Taliban on US troops. So what we can say is that there is a clear determination from the US side to leave Afghanistan, because as President Biden said clearly, I want to end the longest war. Never the US Army has been present on the scene of on a foreign war so long. I remember that now this year it will mark the 20 years anniversary of the presence of US troops in Afghanistan. No one expected when we sent US troops in October 2001 that they will stay 20 years. So clearly there is a kind of eager impatience of leaving Afghan soul and to, let's say, bring back troops home. There is clearly a majority of the US public opinion who wants their troops to be back home. So President Biden is clearly aware of it, but at the same time, there are also some geopolitical consideration due to the fact that it could, let's say, make things easier for Taliban to capture power like they did in 1996. And that's why this week President Ghani has offered the possibility to Taliban to share power with the current Afghan government. However, this offer to share power to Taliban did not receive, at least so far, any positive feedback from Taliban, who think that they are enough strong to take and to assume alone power without the current administration in power. And that's why this exit of UN force has clearly is exacerbating the fear from the Afghan population, which thinks that now, if you like, the road is cleared to capture power for Taliban, and that's why it will be very interesting or very, let's say, scaring to see what could happen for Afghanistan over the next week. It's worth noting that actually since yesterday there is a surge of attacks on the Afghan soil, and more than 140 attacks has occurred in the 27 provinces in Afghanistan just for the day of yesterday, with a major attack in the Logan province, with 24 people died yesterday, just at the end of the fasting day of Ramadan during the iftar meal. So we see that Taliban could use, if you like now, this withdrawal to attack US troops, due to the fact that you have to understand that in Afghanistan, during the winter months, there is kind of de facto truce, due to the harsh weather. But now, in May, the snow is melting, and so it makes things easier to start fighting again. So it will be interesting to see whether Taliban will resume their attacks, as it has been showed over the last hours, or they will stop attacking and waiting the full US withdrawal before maybe or they will or a third option could be that they will discuss with the Afghan government and to try to find a solution, a resolution to this conflict. So we see either there could be a political resolution between the Afghan government and Taliban, but at this stage, it's I would say the least likely option. The more likely option could be that they decide to resume fighting directly against Afghan troops, like they did over the last years, and that they capture power. That's why it will be we will continue following the developments on the Afghan conflict.